Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I play the regions, counties, provinces, territories, whatever you call them, the first level of subdivisions of the various countries on planet Earth. I play them on GeoGuessr and Guesser, there we go. And the objective is A, to try and have some fun while playing, and B, discover and explore places I've never been and probably will never see, unfortunately, and try to score 25,000 points in the region in the question of the episode every day, or every episode rather. And if I manage to play the region to 25,000 points, then the region will be taken off my list of regions to play and will not feature again in the series. And if I fail to do so, well, then it will remain on the list and might feature again at some later date. And today we are going into Japan. And, as I'm saying this, this episode features me having a couple of glasses of Italian red wine in my veins, and I'm now enjoying one of my favorite brands of whiskey. I'm actually a Scottish whiskey man, and I'm very partial to Ardbegs and Taliskers and stuff up from here, but the Japanese are making an absolute amazing whiskey that I love. And this is not, I'm not paid to say this, but this is the Nikka coffee grain whiskey. It's not made in the prefecture that we go into today, though, but it's fairly nearby. We're going to the Ibaraki prefecture, or the Ibaraki-ken, which is just outside Tokyo. Now, the Nikka is made north of Ibaraki. But let's see. I zoomed it perfectly for once. So this is the Ibaraki prefecture. As you can see, it sits on the coast to the Pacific and has 2.8 million people, 6,000 odd square kilometers. And the capital is the city of Mito, which is here somewhere, and has 270 odd thousand people. There's also somewhere called Hitachi here. I wonder if that might be the city that you are thinking of when it comes to electronics and stuff. So Japan has been a mixed bag so far. I think I've done reasonably well in the prefectures I've played so far, but of course it's always hard to make a little sense of Japan even if there are signs that are written with the Latin alphabet. Hopefully some drops of the whiskey will help me out a little bit, although I have my doubts about that. So let's see. Let's head into Ibaraki-ken. Today preferably. There we go. And we'll make a challenge out of it. Copy the link. And as always, store it in the appropriate place for when I post it. Well, the current date is the 25th of June, so it will be quite a few weeks before I post this one. But let's have a go at this and see what Ibaraki prefecture might. I was like, this is Norway, until I saw the power lines and stuff, but take away all of this and make the sideline here dotted, and you would have had a Norwegian, well, not postcard, but at least image right off the bat. And of course, you got the yellow center line as well, on orange center line, which we use in Norway too. So let's see, it's the 349. That's just going off something else. It's the 349. So that begs the question, is this the start of the 349? We're looking southeastwards. Well, this can't be right. No, the 349 does some more. This is well weird. Okay, so where does it actually start? Does it start Where does it actually start? Where does it actually go? Okay, this is puzzling. But okay, let's roll with it. So if that is the 349 and it's off to the southeast, what is this road? That goes northwest-ish, southeast-ish, and it's definitely a more major road than the 349. Not here. Not there. Nor there. Hang on. The Japanese drive on, well, as I like to say, the wrong side of the road. And I'm starting to have a feeling that this is the 349 and not that one. So that means we got something else to deal with. Now, how far south does it 349 go? So let's see, it comes down here, goes into Kawai, and then it goes on. Is this the final end of the 349, or does it go on even further? Now, it seems like that was the end of it. So, if we look up the 349 again, and this time assume that... Nah, that's a bad way of... no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find names. So, I have my doubts. I really think this is the 349. For now, at least. So if I'm going north, that is potentially a bad direction, isn't it? Because I'm going away from the sea and I'm going away from everything else. So let's see. So this is where we started. So let's head out onto what I believe is the 349. But then again, what is going on here? This... oh, that's an odd one. So it's kind of like a lay-by. Now that is a little unique. And let's see, what's the direction of the road again? Here it's more or less southerly. So, how? No, this can't be it. No. Just gonna put a marker down there, but that's not it. And what do we... alright, so it's just districts within the prefecture. Now let's see. Okay, now we're running out of places that fit. This doesn't fit either, though. Too many houses. I believe. And there are no houses on the other side, so that is not correct. Okay, let's go hunting. Well, what do you know? This is where we should have gone first of all. Tamatade Falls. Now, we don't know how far away Mito is. Because Mito is down here. Right now we're heading southeast. So it could be in this area. I don't see a Tamatata here. Where else do we head southeast? Yeah, that's got this place. Ooh, that whiskey hit hot. But yeah, we could be in this area. The Gummy Falls. There aren't really many other places we can be. There's a sake brewery. So the Tamatata Falls. That was not something I could find. And here we go. Here we go eastwards. Eastwards on the 349. Well, more or less list. Yeah, that works. That works. That works. That works. Yes, this is the place. Now let's see. Perpendicular. So not looking at that house. Must be looking at this tiny one. Like there-ish. Right? Don't get too... Let's see, we're also looking at the... Couple of things that don't wash. I want to check. There's a road missing here. That thing is that thin one. So where's that? Where's this road? How old is this footage? 2023. So why? Are there roads missing? This road is here. This one. But that road has somehow gone missing. No, it hasn't. There it is. Ah, sneaky. Okay, so that means that that is that longhouse there. And that is that. And the White House is that one. Okay. Sorry for making a lot of hay of this, but I really want to get this one right. So that should be this building, and that should place us around here. And that will, yeah, that should be right, right? Yes, good. Okay, next round. Hmm. Mm. What as you like it. Is this a weir? Or otherwise also known as a dike? How does south does Ibaraki actually reach? Yes? Huh. Yeah, Ibaraki reaches all the way down here. Even if the map stubbornly doesn't want me to know. But yeah. So how about we're in this area? Let's go towards the sea. Eastwards. Except we can't. But okay, still. So there's a road. Oh, okay, that is unfortunate. Okay, looks like there's a town or something here. Now, could this be? No, it's not a town. It's a place. Although I guess you could stretch it to say that it's a... Oh no, are we having Swiss coverage here? With that I mean that the area's only been covered once, and whoever was doing the driving didn't sort of loop around every block, but went in sort of a zigzag pattern. Okay, so we're somewhere down there. Now the question is, what is on the other side of this embankment? Which quite clearly is man-made. Land-made. Where did that come from? This is a bit like parts of northern Germany and in the Netherlands when you have these big embankments towards against something. Well, normally that's the water, and I would think that we are. Oh, this is going to be fun to find. Oh my word. Yeah, I'm really making trouble for myself here. So can we get on top of this weir? That's the next question. Hmm. Is there no real access? Because I saw signs on top of it, kind of suggesting that might be a road running on it. Hmm. I really, really, really want to get on top of this weir. Can I get my wish here? Yes, I can. What do we find here? Well, we find a huge river. Or a lake. Nagata Yobashi. Okay, so here we're crossing a river, and we're doing so in the southwesterly direction. Could we be here? No, this is not right. This is not Nagata Yobashi. But we could well be crossing into the next prefecture here. What does that sign say? Oh, the Narita Airport and the 950, sorry, the 356, and we're on the 408. The 408 is over here. Where is the Narita Airport and where is the 356? That's the 354. And the 408. And we're crossing a big river. Here's the 356. Let's see, Narita, Central Narita. Naritaya. So just the... I wonder if the 408 and the 4 might be doing a co-run here. And that I was on the... Now this is Sakebashi, or some Yobashi thing. Let's see, the 356 does go on though, but now here's the 408 again. So I need to find where the 408 and... Okay. So there is this Naritaya, but that doesn't mean that we're at Narita. Let's see, where does the 356 go? So the 356 here. And there's a bridge, here's another bridge. Here's the 408, here we go. Okay, so we came from that side on the river. And now, we came along that road quite a way. Let's say that we're over here for starters. I think we might even be further, but... Okay, so we're looking eastwards. That is good. And this road ends... Yeah, what does it end? Yeah, it goes eastward and doesn't. So that could well be this one. Could this be the Izakaya restaurant? No way. Nah. Let's see now. The road does a little sort of upturn, so I don't think that's where we are. And also keep in mind that the road is going more or less straight east. When we come here, the road has a very, very, very short bit to go. And that fits nicely with this, though. The thing that doesn't fit are these houses, but then again, there's the thing that... Oh, hang on, we're going straight south. Oh, we could have been there, but we're not. Huh. One thing we didn't do... Yeah, but this is running straight along this thing. And we're definitely not there. So how far did I go? This looks more promising. Let's see now. We got a small building there. We got a building there, but then we're missing some buildings here. Okay, let's have a look, see. Building on the other side, and then we got this stuff up here. That is quite likely it. Okay, let's see, where did we start? Ah. So that should put us here, right? That should be correct. There we go. Excellent. Another hit of whiskey. Hmm. More rice paddies on a bend next to a railroad. There's a village over there. So how? Oh, okay. Now I want to see this iteration of the Google car. How do they solve? Aha. Now I can't go there. There are cars in the way. So, but yeah, I think I'll follow suit. This road is paved. Go northwest, crossing another one, but there's a main road up here, it seems. Well, at least a through road. Good. Signs. We like signs. Where does this sign tell us we're on our way to? Okay, so we're on the 193. Tomobe, Kitayama Park, 50 to Chikusei. Tomobe, Chikusei, or rather Chikusei. Kitayama Park. 193, 355. So it's leading on towards the Kita-Kanto Expressway. Wherever that might be. That's a 193. It's a 355. That might go on for a while though. Okay, so if the 355 is down, goes all the way down here, it's the 189. We want the one that has a 50, but it's not that 50. Still, it could be. So we still need to find a 193. There's the 194. Southwest. Come on, 193. Don't be coy. So if the 194 is there, where is the 193? Where's Chikusei? Where's Tomobe? Where's the Kita-Kanto Expressway? There's Chikusei. Here's the 50. So can we find where the 50 and 193 cross? Let's just mark that so I don't lose the 50 again. I think I'm going in the wrong direction, but then again, the road numbering in Japan seems a little arbitrary. $293, and now we lost the 50. Here it is. Railroad. But it's not the one we're looking for, it seems. Now, does the 50 end here, or does it co-run? I think it co-runs. Yes, it did. But here on it, 290s and stuff, so I might have missed the 193 somewhere, but... And now we got the Mayabashi. Come on, let's see. Okay, I'm a moron. I should have. So, Chikusei is to the north. On the 50. How does that work? If this is indeed the 50. Well, it seems like it. And the 50 will lead us, what, to Mito? No, the 193 will lead us to Mito, which is over here. So how does that even work? So this is 355 again. And where is the 193? That is, here's the 193. And here is crossing with the 50. Now let's see. Is that crossroad a little staggered? Not really, and... Well, yeah, maybe. So the 193 is going to the north. No, it's got a bit different intersection with the 193. And that's the thing with these Japanese crossroads. It's often a little hard to say whether the roads are leading to or if you are on it. So let's see. 193 is here. And it doesn't seem to continue past this intersection. Here's Tomobe Station. Okay, now we're finally getting somewhere. So we're going southwest on the 193. And it probably means that it's leading towards. So here's the railroad we were at. Tomobe Station, as well as the 355. How does that add up? Let's have a look at this intersection again. It's not that one. Definitely not that one. Okay, let's see what it says here then. Central Kasama. Yeah, that works. Yeah, what about this intersection? That has more promise. Oh yeah, that definitely has more promise. Did we come from down here somewhere? Let's see now. Well, that's gonna be a hard one to solve. Now, this is where we are. That building has long since been removed. I think we're about there. That's how far, maybe 15 meters. Gonna say with that. Good. Took a long while, but still. Another hit of whiskey. I like intersections. I really, really, really like intersections. And the only thing I like more than intersections are signs. And we're on the 60. No, sorry. No, we're on the 60 leading to... What's the sixth? And Hitachi City Jewel branch office. Okay. Jewel Station. Okay. So we are heading eastwards on the 60. Towards the 6. There's Hitachi. But does it say anything about the opposite direction? No. And what about this intersection? Oh, I would have loved for this to say something. Look at the Lawson station here. And what does it say about... No, it says nothing. So this is the 60. I've got Jewel Station. Where is that? Maybe, just maybe. Let's see, that goes south. So this is the only... Hang on. So Hitachi, how far does Hitachi actually reach? And there's also this. Let's see if we can see anything. Godai, Sugaya. Can we find Ju? Okay, so that line ends there. There's more Hitachi stuff. And it kind of feels like we're not on the coast. And now we got in so far away from Hitachi. And we're also getting out of the prefecture. So how does this add up? Where is Jewel? Let's see. Georgia Ishi. Is there a Jewel station here? Here's the 6. Ogitsu. Here's Jewel Station. And here's the 60. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So this road is going southwards. This is 60 again. So to get to the Jewel Station, we go south. This looks very promising, actually. Petrol station. Come on. Got a convenience store, but not a petrol station. North? No. Well, it might be. So if I go this way, though, whence we came. That could be a car dealership. Yeah, that's it. That is it. So somewhere. Were we here? Is that where we started? Yes, it is. So we are, yeah. I'm going to leave it there. Excellent. One more hit of whiskey. Okay, so got some signs up there. Good. Just want to get my bearings here. There's a canal running here. And let's see, so we're looking south, going west. That's unusual, but we got the 6 and the 50. So 6 is, okay, so 6 pretty much runs along the coast. And there's the 50. So if I go north, I can go both to the 6 and the 50. And they meet. Well, looks like the 50 ends here. If it doesn't no, actually, here it goes. I might actually co-run with the 51. Okay, but we might be in this area. There's another sign that might hold a little more information. We're on the 51 towards Hamada. Mito City. Okay, so we are. Oh, this is interesting. So did we just cross? Let's see now. So Mito City is down that way. Mito City office. That's probably the Mito City Hall. That bridge we just crossed. Let's see. The river bends somewhat. We're looking southwest. Okay, so that doesn't add up with this thing. With the Sakura River. Let's see if it adds up with anything else. What's that as a KI? Let's have a look at this intersection. There's another Lawson station. And that's on the north bank. But the road is running south by southwest on the river. So, and we're not here. Yeah, there's something that doesn't quite compute here. Let's see, what does it say on the sign here? Probably doesn't give me, but that is interesting. Karakuen Park. That is over here. Might we have crossed here? See, so now we're on the north side. There's a Lawson station. But it's not quite. I'm looking. I'm mass confused here. I'm looking westwards, but the river is going all the wrong directions. And we were on the 51. What is going on here? So we are at Karakuen Park. Now that's got to be over here. I'm having a feeling that my internal compass is messing up again. So that's leading onto the 51. It's not the 51, but it's leading to the 51. Now here we're looking south at the Lawson station. So there was a Lawson station somewhere here. South. Lawson petrol station. And why can't I figure this one out? The river is going in the right direction. I'm going south. There's the Lawson. But what does it say? What does it say? Wait. The park is westwards. But that places us over here, and that's... That's not right. So turning southwest. What is going on here? So the Lawson matches, but nothing else does. What am I missing? Probably a few brain cells, but still. So here we are. There's a Lawson station, but it's not station. It's not Mito Center building. What on earth is going on? There's a cent to the north. Oh, Central Mito to the north. Okay, that changes things up a bit. But how on... Oh, wait. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. Museum of Modern Art. So, let's... okay, let's see if we can find a Lawson here. So, I'm heading almost straight north. I'm about to cross the river. Where is the Lawson? There's the city hall. So, as I go... No, but yeah, I'm north of the river now. This is so utterly confusing. Here's the Lawson station. Here we go. Finally. Okay. And we came from where? Let's see. So we're going like so. And we're going... Yeah, so we must have come from here. No? I'm going westwards. Oh. Gram. Come on. I saw something and then I lost sight of it. So we're looking southwest. There's the Gram. That thing. Finally. Let's see now. Yep, we are here. Ooh. That was a battle against the boozer. Yeah. Don't think my judgment was too clouded, but it did take a while. And yeah, this one just took way too long. And it was... Somehow I managed to not to process this one. Don't know why, but yeah. Never occurred to me we could be on the south side of the river. With the park, that is. So this bit of road totally eluded me. Still, 25k in Japan. Have to be quite happy with that. And that is Ibaraki-ken done, and I'm still glad that you're with me here on A Tiny Dot in Space. And I hope you will join me for the next episode when it's up. Until then, bye-bye.